Bubby fills you up.
Gin and juice in it, Bubby. He's still on vacation.
He is.
He looks so nice in his blue shirt.
That's what I
Thank you.
said.
Did you go to work today?
I did.
Oh, fancy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the podcast. That's right. It's All Fish and Chips, the podcast. My name is Thor. This is episode 49, I want to say. Am I correct on that?
That is correct.
Heck yeah. Episode 49 of the podcast. So close to 50.
Yeah.
We're so excited. We've got a special guest for episode 50.
We do have a special guest.
We're not gonna
Exciting.
reveal who it is yet. We're just gonna let it happen. But special guest for episode 50 coming up, so tune in for that.
Yeah.
To my left, with his red Solo cup that he done filled up, and his fancy Hawaiian blue shirt, still on vacation a little bit, it's Bubby.
Hi. Welcome.
By the way, I just want everyone to go, before we move on, that I am ready for a gong banging.
Thank
time.
you. Thank you. I had mine queued up.
Yep. I looked
I
over
got
at
plenty
you.
of time, though. See,
Yeah. Sit next to Bubby, fresh off of her adventures in Wonderland. We've got Amanda.
Hi.
Hey.
Where'd I go? What did I do?
I don't know. I just.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say.
I was like, did I forget something I
was going
did?
to reference a story that we just talked about, but then I
Oh.
decided it was probably a bad idea, and I didn't do it.
It is a bad idea. Don't do that.
And then I'm going to say for like the 5th or 6th time in a row,
Here I am.
which has got to be a record right
It
now.
has to.
It is a record for me, I'm sure.
We've got Tyler.
How do you like them, Apple?
Hell yeah, you do. So it is episode 49. It is 1 million degrees outside. We are currently under a heat warning.
Yeah.
109 degrees with the extra stuff they throw in on top.
Yep.
All the way through tomorrow night. And I got to go and work outside on Wednesday for a job, and I am not looking forward
No,
to that.
going to be a scorcher. And they've actually said on the news, hey, just hold off on mowing your grass for a couple days. Let's just not be outside if you can help it.
I mowed mine last night at like 7:30, like or 8. I'll talk about that here maybe today, but we'll see. Everybody had a good week so far. Everybody had a good weekend.
It's
good.
only
Had
Monday.
a great weekend.
Big fun things going on out there.
Busy.
Went camping.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bill Bailey.
Bill Bailey, you want to go camping?
I'll out him right here. It's a devastating rock and roll. Yeah. I just joined his Facebook group, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
He invited me to join the Devastating Rock and Roll Facebook group there.
Is he bringing that back?
He's got
I
to be
don't
doing
know.
something. He ain't doing nothing.
But
down there.
I'll sign up for it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'll sign up for your OnlyFans. Sure. Thanks, Bill. So shouts out to Bill if you're out there. But we've got a bunch of things we want to talk about this week.
We're back to randomness now. We got a lot of stories we got to cover.
We have now officially completed the 3 sagas that we had to get through. And I feel like all of them went well.
Yep.
Everybody seemed very happy so far with all the podcasts. Those folks who just listened to Vegas Part 2, I'm sure you learned, and you have a lot of questions, and we probably have a bunch of emails after that one.
And we have no answers.
And we have no
Sorry.
answers, and Amanda will not tell you what
Those
happened.
went right to trash.
She's just,
But thanks for sending them in.
just deleted all of them. Not even going to read them.
Wait, doesn't that come out tomorrow night?
It'll come out tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Bubby, we're a week
true.
ahead, so they've already
Oh,
listened to it.
okay.
Yeah, they've already listened to it, Bubby.
Not in my head. I'm still in.
No, when this one goes
Still on the ship,
live,
right?
When this one goes live, they'll have had that one for a week.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
You're asking me.
Yeah, he's right.
Way
He's
too
still on
far
vacation.
ahead.
Don't ask
We're
him
not
for much.
asking you anything. We're just
Okay.
explaining.
Bubby,
to
you are currently podcasting from the future.
Yeah.
You're from the future.
Just blew my mind.
We'll
Right?
draw you a map
Is
later.
this real life?
You ever seen that movie Back to the Future? It's just like that.
Just like,
You're Doc Brown. Tyler's Marty McFly.
oh, sweet.
88 miles an hour.
Ryan,
Slow down.
Thor, you're Biff.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm Biff. I'm just old Biff. I'm not
You're
gonna
old Biff.
I'm not young Biff. I'm just old Biff with the cane.
Isn't there a hoverboard? Can I be the hoverboard?
Okay, I was gonna say you were Marty McFly's mom,
Right.
but you got to try to get with your son.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
you got to try.
I haven't watched it, so I don't. Really
Oh,
I've
my.
seen
I don't know if we have enough time for that.
Friend Ted did, but like, I think we went on a trip somewhere together and it was on, and I watched a little bit of it, but I don't remember. I think maybe it was the very end of it.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, it gets real weird there about 2/3 of the way through where Marty McFly's mom tries to get with him.
Yeah.
like not even a little bit tries to get with him. Tries to.
Marty
Hardcore.
McFly,
He is.
And then he has to
guy.
reintroduce his dad. Like, no, you got to get in here because otherwise
Yeah.
things go really south for me.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what's his name?
Which one?
Marty McFly played Michael J.
Fox.
Fox.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
He's the young,
Okay.
hot stud in that movie.
Yeah, one of my top 2 or 3 favorite trilogies.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Same. It's real good.
I never seen it. She's never seen it.
just so agreeable she is.
All right, Amanda.
The
What?
best.
Do you have a favorite trilogy?
I don't probably. Not.
Have you ever watched?
I don't know if
Three
I've
of
all watched
anything.
3 of anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you ever watched 3 of the same movie? And I will count
I don't think so.
Pitch Perfect in there.
No.
No.
Star
Trolls.
Wars.
Trolls. Are there 3 trolls now?
No.
Tyler would know.
There is.
His kid's big into.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh
I've
yeah,
watched.
yeah, there is.
I believe you. I believe
paid
you.
for them all.
Yeah, no, I bought every one of them.
I bought them all on Amazon.
Oh,
Smurfs.
it would probably be Toy Story. I've
Oh,
watched all 4
that's fair.
Toy Stories.
There you go.
I'll
There you
accept
go.
that.
Amanda
So
has
not
a-
really a trilogy.
But it was at one
more,
point.
But yeah.
It was at one point.
A series.
there you go.
What would you call that? A series?
A,
Movie series?
a universe.
There you go.
It's a forology.
A four-logy.
And 5's coming
A
out.
flagagum of
Oh
movies.
yeah,
Next year.
there's gonna be a 5-logy.
Yeah, next
We're
year.
going to call it a flagagum of movies.
There you go. A flagellum of movies. Bubby, what's your
All right.
favorite flagellum of movies?
Mine would have to be the Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's a good one.
Oh, you like
I'll
that?
accept that.
Okay, Tyler, you got a vote here.
That's probably going to have to be Indiana Jones.
Okay, that's a solid one. That is a solid one.
That's-
If I'm going to just go trilogy, am I going trilogy or flagellum?
Anyone.
Okay, trilogy. I'm going.
Anything there's more than one of. Like 2 or more.
Oh, 2 or more? That's a whole different
It
story.
would be 3 or more.
Okay,
I think it's
do
3 or
do
more.
3 or more.
I think Star Wars then, original OG 3
Solid.
for me. But neither here nor there. I don't know. Star Wars. Star Trek's got some good ones
Yeah, they
too,
do.
but they got some shitty ones in there too.
So is Star Wars.
Battlestar Galactica.
Well, I said the first 3.
Right.
That's why I'm.
Yeah.
And not Jar Jar Binks' first 3. I'm talking about the OG in the order that they came out.
Right.
4, 5, 6.
4, 5, 6. New Hope. Okay, Bubby. Yeah, juicing it out of it.
Right?
I don't know what's in this red Solo cup, and I have not asked. And I'm just gonna keep going. Bubby, tell me about the scooter gang you saw.
All right. So I was downtown Springfield.
Okay,
I was
was this just a bunch of people on one big giant bike?
He's gonna
No.
tell you.
Okay,
No.
just checking.
No.
I was just making sure he didn't just
You mean
see
like a clown car?
No, like the 417
Except a scooter?
pedal
Pedal
tours.
No.
I was just
no, it
making sure
wasn't
you
that.
didn't spot the pedal tours, and
No,
we're
it
going to bring
wasn't.
that out.
It wasn't this. So I was going east on Walnut, cross Campbell, where it's one way going north.
Yep.
Sure,
So
I
I
don't
was-
know any of that, but sure.
I was stopped at the light there at Campbell and waiting for traffic, and all of a sudden, guy comes by on a scooter. It's like, oh, that's cool. Well, about 10 seconds later, there's another one,
Okay,
and 5 seconds later, there's another one,
okay.
and so before the light turned red, there's probably 10 went by.
Oh,
So there's just a bunch of kids and adults
Okay.
on those scooters you can rent downtown. Those-
okay. So they didn't have like Shriner hats
Like
on
what
or
kind
nothing.
No.
of skirt? Like what do you classify?
The
as
ones
a
you
scooter?
rent.
Like
Push
oh,
scooter?
like a bird scooter or
So not a
whatever.
The electronic, yeah.
Yeah, the ones
Yeah.
that you
the ones
ran.
you stand up on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stand up,
Okay.
not a sit
Okay.
down one.
Yeah.
No.
I was thinking like the little 50cc scooters.
Yeah,
gang
that's
where
kinda
they
what
got
I
one
thought
got a
first.
baseball bat with a club, and they're just going like
Right.
raising hell downtown.
I don't know what else to call them. I get,
No, that's fair.
Scooter.
They are scooters.
Boys, come out.
Oh, I
and
guess I'm thinking moped.
play.
Moped
Yeah.
would be what I'm thinking.
but the,
Yeah.
They can all
it's
be
also
called
a scooter.
scooters,
Yeah,
though.
but I see what you're saying.
So it
Yeah.
turned
That's
red.
why I was like, I just need to know.
Mine turned green, so
Yeah.
I got to go. But there were still more coming up Campbell, and they had to stop. and
Wow.
Wait, so I don't know
Bubby's
how
light,
many.
Bubby's light turned green and then thump, thump.
It was a gang.
was that?
Well, I mean, yeah.
So we backed up to see what it was.
Yeah. Well, wait, I'm going to hit something. Hold on, let me back. Bump, bump.
Oh, whoops.
Nope, I don't see anything. Bump, bump. And then just drove off.
That one dude
Then there was
almost didn't stop.
Yeah.
Then later on, I saw on the news that there was a murder downtown.
Yeah, right.
I don't know what happened there.
The old joke that I accidentally ran over my friend's dog.
Yeah.
It's like actually replace friend with boss and dog with son. But
It all goes together.
yeah, it's all the same.
Okay. So the other day I'm sitting in the house, and I hear just these squealing tires. Like somebody's doing a burnout. And it's Springfield, so you're like, whatever. Okay.
It could be.
Then about 10 seconds later, I hear it again. I'm like, what the what? But I'm not interested enough to get up yet. Then again, like 15 seconds later,
All like sounding it's coming from the same place.
yeah, sound like it's coming from this place. Like somebody just like squealing tire, right?
Okay.
So now I'm like, all right, guys, I'm wondering if they're like across the street, they're just doing donuts or something. So I get up and I walk to the front door and I look out the window and there's a dude just parked like off to the side of the road across the street from me. His back 2 tires are locked up. And he is trying to break them free by driving forward and dragging the back 2 tires with him, just down the road and then stopping. And then he'll get out and he'll kind of look at it and he'll get back in the car.
You think he'd know without looking at it that they were still locked up?
Yeah. You'd think. I think he was looking for fire probably because he was just waiting for something to just burst in a flame or one of the tires to explode. But he does it like 10 times. This guy does this. And I stood there and watched him do it. And then finally he gave up and just sat in his car for a while. And I kind of lost interest and I left. And I came back like 10 minutes later and he's gone. Something happened, but...
Figured out he had the emergency brake on.
Right.
Yeah, he just had the
this
emergency
is all
brake.
me.
Just whipped right up there and he's just like... So, yeah, good luck to that guy wherever you are. I hope...
He made it somewhere.
You made it somewhere. I had a... all right. So I used to own Barbie Jeep. It was not the Kia Soul.
The Samurai.
The Samurai. Not a Suzuki Samurai, but the other one.
Tracker.
Geo Tracker.
Geo Tracker.
And one time my dad... So I was not a good car owner when I was like 21. I didn't know anything about cars. I had not changed the oil in that car. I had driven probably, I'm going to guess 5, 6, 7,000 miles. No oil changes. That was like back and forth to Virginia a couple times. And then I was in, and it'd been another like 6 months of me just driving around this area, not changing the oil. And my dad was like, he came down to visit. He's like, you got to change this oil. So me and him changed the oil on it. And then he's going to put some power steering fluid in it as well because the power steering fluid is a little low. And he put some power steering fluid in there. Oh, that wasn't power steering fluid. That was low. That would have been brake fluid that was low. And so he poured the power steering fluid in where the brake fluid goes.
It's not the same.
It is not the same. So every once in a while, one of my brakes would just seize up and same kind of thing. And I go, and you could smell it like burning a little bit. And so I'd have to pull over to the side of the road and wait for everything to cool down before I could like drive on and then just try not to use my brakes, I guess. That was my friggin' plan. And eventually I had to replace that power steering.
But it was the fluid that was causing it?
Yeah, the brake pump I had to replace because we'd put the wrong fluid in there and it was not happy about that even a little bit. So,
lesson learned, right?
Right, I guess. Lesson learned. Amanda, you got any fun stories here you want to talk about?
No, I do not.
You're just here for the ride. You're here to enjoy some company. Amanda told a good story, but we can't tell it.
Yeah, we can't tell it.
No.
It's okay, though.
It was a fun story, though. Tyler?
Yeah.
I would like to hear... I'm going to save this one because you and Bubby are going to tag team on the second story here. Portal of Emptiness.
So this weekend, I got off work. We went to the pool. We were going to go camping on Saturday and Sunday. So the whole thing was just kind of the whole weekend was just kind of lax, relaxing.
I, for a hot second, didn't think I started the podcast. I just looked down and went, oh, we're good.
Oh. So we get back from the pool Friday before we're going to go camping this weekend. And we decided it's somewhat early. Everyone's kind of tired. Let's just go. We're going to go lay in our bed, watch a movie. Everyone just make a big pallet. We're going to hang out in there until it's time for bed. This was Friday night.
Okay.
So 4 people in the same bed. There's
I had that dream.
Spaces at a premium, right? Right, exactly. So I get 3 blankets laid out, my wife's and my little kids, and then my bigger kid has his blanket with him, so there's a gap. And I put mine down, so everyone knows this is kind of the quadrant you need to lay in to keep everybody.
And everybody's got their own blanket.
Everybody's got their own blanket. No sharing. So Noah likes to lay long ways at the foot of the bed, and I was like, buddy, trying to move him. I was like, you have to lay in the space that I gave you, otherwise not everybody's going to fit here. And he goes, oh, so I just have to lay in the portal of emptiness? And I took a minute and was like, the hell is this kid talking about?
I mean, the portal of emptiness.
That's what I said.
That was the name of my emo band back in high school.
Portal of emptiness.
Portal of emptiness.
Apparently, whenever you sleep on the blanket or on the bed without a blanket, you have to be in the portal of emptiness.
Oh, why could he just take his blanket with him?
Don't know.
Why did he have to sleep?
7-year-olds don't have what they call logic or
he just has portal.
thinking.
He's like, fine, I'll sleep in the portal of emptiness.
He's like, I will sleep in the portal of emptiness.
What was
I was
the
like,
movie?
that's mildly overdramatic.
What was the movie?
I think we ended up watching. They like Inside Out right now.
Oh, the first one, not the new one.
Right. They're getting ready for the second one. They like watching it like 8 times a day just so they're ready when the second one comes out.
Well, it's already out.
It's out.
When did it? Yesterday?
No,
last
like
2 weeks
Friday?
ago. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks.
Has it?
Yeah.
I thought Whitney said it hadn't out yet. Anyway,
Whitney's
yes, it was
like,
the first
She
one.
just
no, that's
doesn't
what she's
wanna
telling the
go.
kids.
She's telling the kids.
It's not out.
She's
Oh,
telling
that movie's not out yet.
Yeah. So that's the portal of emptiness.
Not until it
Apparently,
gets to the dollar theater. Is that movie out?
like that still exists.
right.
Remember that dollar
I wish
theater?
it
Oh,
did.
yeah.
It was so great.
Oh, so
I remember how
sticky.
mad I was when it went to $1.50. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Freaking dollar
$1.50.
movie, dollar.
Did I go with you to that place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Palace?
The Palace.
Love the Palace.
So sticky.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that was also like the end of it.
oh yeah, like it was like almost about to close.
yeah.
Like those people in there did. If you want to see the island of misfit toys, that's was that fucking place right there. Like those dudes in that place did not even care a little. I don't even think they had popcorn that day. They were just
Probably
like,
not.
I'm just like, nah, I can't be bothered with that
Yeah.
today.
That place was really popular and then went downhill real quick.
Yeah. So this was it. It was in the Chesterfield Village, which is a very nice area of town. And just perched in the back of this was this dollar movie theater that was just sketchy as get out. What it only had
It was
like
always busy,
It was
though.
good. It was good.
was it like 4 screens or something? 2
I think
or
so. It was
4?
fairly
Sure.
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get
But it was
what
the
you pay
happening place
for.
for like high school kids because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There used to be one of those in my hometown that was a 10-plex. And
Oh.
that's where I always went was the dollar movie because it was $1. So
Now I think
So-
it's a church or something.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
bought it out. And
So I went and saw the Blair Witch movie there.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was the only one in the movie
yeah.
at the time. I was it.
that's a reason for that.
So
Yeah.
That movie sucked.
well, but
No, Bobby, tell me.
that's what I wanted to see.
That's
Bobby,
true.
what's your rating of the Blair Witch there? Where are you gonna put the Blair Witch? 1 to 10.
Like a 5.
Now, back in the day, I'm not talking about now, where we all know about the Blair Witch and when it was that new, like
Everyone was scared. As
everyone's
could be.
scared. Yeah, that dude standing in the corner. Everyone was freaked out at the end of that movie. I watched that movie and I was like, I don't know why everyone
don't-
is freaked
I
out.
didn't either.
At this movie.
I was the same.
I'm still gonna go 5.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Put it right in the middle. There. Nothing great, nothing bad.
It was. I mean, it would have been better if all the motion wasn't in the movie. I mean,
Too
making
shaky
it
for
sick.
you.
Yeah.
We had a youth leader at that time whenever that movie came out, and his name was Mitch, and we really tried to convince him to run around in the woods in his underwear, and we called it the Bear Mitch Project.
Can we film you in your underwear running around? That's how I
No,
get.
I'm not doing that.
That's how I get fired.
Yeah.
I never watched that movie.
The-
It was not.
I
Don't
know
waste
it's
your time.
shocking.
I don't know if there. How many movies have you watched? Could you?
I've probably watched more than you think I have, but it's just not a priority for me.
What's also like you watch a lot of movies that we have not seen.
Yeah.
Probably.
Is your taste what you would call eclectic?
I
Well, I went to see that not Bob Denver, the other one,
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan,
Dylan?
movie.
Say
and
John
I'm so
Denver?
excited. There's another one
Denver,
coming
Dylan.
out. I
So,
can't wait.
so there's a Bob Dylan movie where like a bunch of actors play Bob Dylan in this movie, but like
like at different times of his life.
different times of his life.
That's weird, right?
Oh, and Amanda wanted to see that for her birthday.
Okay.
We've kind of mentioned it a little bit, and so it was at the
Yeah.
Moxie. So we went down to the Moxie. I had no idea what. Like I was 100% lost during this entire movie. But it didn't matter. It was Amanda's birthday choice, so you go see the movie.
Yeah.
But I at the end of that movie, I was like, I have no idea what just happened.
I just saw that movie, but I don't know
I
anything
saw
about
it.
that movie. Right.
I saw Forrest Gump like in an art house before it was released, like 6 months before it was released to like mainstream theaters.
Okay.
Me and a friend of mine named Mare, and we both went and saw Meredith. We both went and saw that movie together, and we wore that movie out before it came live. So just me and her are the only two who have seen this
So
movie.
you've heard all the lines.
So we're doing all the bits, right?
Yeah.
We're doing
Like
Black
a box of
Forrest,
chocolate.
run.
Run, Forrest, Run. We're doing them all. No one has any idea what the fuck we're on about, okay? And then that movie blows up and is huge. And then everyone's like, hey, I know what you were talking about like 6 months ago. And you're like, yeah, but we already saw that
Yeah,
movie.
we're over it now, though.
Yeah, that movie's old news now.
Have you seen it, Amanda?
Forrest Gump.
I think I probably
Holy
have.
sweet mother.
That's what I wanted to know.
I'm sure I have, right? I'm
Lieutenant
sure I have.
Dan.
I mean,
Lieutenant
Tom
Dan.
Hanks.
You
I
would
think
know.
you could not see it and you would know all about it.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like
though.
referenced so
Probably.
much, and there's so many like
No, it's in-
memes and so many little blippets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in the zeitgeist.
probably true.
For sure. Like, yeah, you probably, at this point, you probably don't have to. I'd explain the Beverly Hillbillies to a 17-year-old today, and then I got sad and I stopped. Because I was trying to explain black gold Texas tea.
Yeah.
And they just stared at me, and I was like, never mind.
Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. I have an update from Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
As we talked about Area 15 and going to that place. Jordan asked me yesterday, she goes, do you remember when we were sitting in the employee break room so just a refresher, she got the employee ID badge that she had to buy so she could do like the mystery thing. And you use the badge to like scan these little points and videos of player. You can get in secret rooms that nobody else can get into because you got your employee badge. Mm-hmm. And she goes, do you remember when we were sitting in the employee lounge? And I went, no. And she goes, you were sitting there at one of the tables. I think you thought we were taking a break. And I did one of the little kiosks, and it's like a puzzler quiz. She had to do it was like you match the environmental spill to the correct symbol, but they were all like weird ones, like alien ooze, and then you had to say, okay, that's this symbol, and then like whatever it was.
Yeah.
And when she got done, an announcement comes on over the loudspeakers that congratulates employee and whatever her badge number is for being employee of the month. To which I went, yay! Not because it was her, because I was proud of whoever was employee of the month, because I was so high.
Because you didn't know that was even associated with her.
She goes, no, that's me. And I go, no, it's employee of the month. It's a big deal. Yeah, and I'm clapping for this.
Amazing times.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't remember any of this. None of this is in my brain. But anyway, yeah, very proud of the employee of the month.
I had to find some of that, whatever you got.
At the Area 15. It was 10 milligrams, okay? It was not even like a thing, okay? I am just that.
A delicate flower.
I am a delicate flower.
I probably wouldn't do anything.
No. We've already discussed how the 1,000 didn't wreck your evening, but the 10 just wrecked like 5 hours, 6 hours of my life. So I got that going for me. All right. Here's another one.
Yep.
So the other day, we got a recycling can, we got a trash can. You guys got recycling cans?
We might. Yeah, I think we do.
Trick question.
I have 2 trash cans at my house. I only use one of them. So I'm assuming the other one is just around the corner covered in shit. So yeah, probably.
Like it's got a green top, but you've never put anything in it
there's
ever.
a dark blue and a light blue top, and I assume the light blue top
He does not like the neighbor.
is recycling.
It was a guy on a
Motorcycle.
like fast skateboard. I don't know if it was a motorized skateboard or
they freaking hate skateboarders. Like if they could kill anybody in this world, it's freaking skateboarders. For whatever reason, that dog hates.
He's on lockdown over there.
Yeah, he hates a skateboarder. Mm-hmm. Bub, you got a recycling can?
No.
Okay, Amanda, I'm assuming you recycle, right?
Well, we live right next to like the recycling place.
Oh, so you just take it down there.
So you just
Okay, so I got trash can and recycling can. And put them out. Those motherfuckers come at like 4:30 in the morning. Ugh. Okay, they get me early. So if you didn't get it out the night before, you ain't gonna get up early and get that thing out there, right? So I got them out there, plenty of time, right? Trash can come and get them. I go out the next morning to drag the cans in, and there's only one can out there, and I'm like, I'm looking around. And I go down to the road, and I'm kind of looking up the road and down the road, and I'm like, and we're on a different day than everybody else in this neighborhood.
How weird is that?
Because we have like Ozark trash service or whatever because it was cheaper. And
so you have a different provider.
We have a different provider. So everybody else is on like the one here in Springfield, whichever one owns like 10 different.
I think Republic.
Yeah, Republic. They own like 5 or 6 different places. Mm-hmm. And we have this Ozark one. So everybody else is Tuesdays, but we're Wednesdays for whatever reason. And I go out there to look for the trash can. There's nothing. I'm looking up the road. I'm looking down the road. I'm like, did a crackhead freaking steal my trash can? What the hell? So I got the Ring doorbell on the front of the house. I go and I pull up my phone and I pull up the thing. And it's easy because it's right underneath the street light.
Yeah.
So I can just kind of scan and I see 2 trash cans, 2 trash cans, 2 trash cans, 1 trash can, okay? And so then I back it up till there's 2 and then just a little bit forward and I watch what's happening. 4:30 in the morning. Here comes the trash truck. Boom, 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 boom. Picks up the can. It's got one of them robot arms that come out and grab it. Goes, dumps the trash can, and then just drops that trash can right in the back of the fucking truck. Brings the arm back down, goes, nothing for you, and drives away.
Whoops.
And I'm like, huh. already. And so I drag the one trash can back, and I tell my wife, because she's in charge.
That's not for you anymore.
Yeah, she's in charge. She set up the trash service, so it's under her name. So I said, you need to call. And I show her the video, and I'm like, that trash can's gone and ain't coming back. And so she calls the lady at the trash place, and the lady's like, oh, no. She goes, are you sure it's not just like laying around somewhere? And I'm like, she's like, no, we got video of it disappearing into the back of your trash truck. She goes, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah,
100%.
I could send you the video if you want. She goes, no, that's just so weird. Like, this is the first time this has ever happened in the history of trash cans.
Of course.
Playing dumb. That's all. No way.
And she goes, okay, well, we'll have them send, well, I'll put in a work order and they'll drop you off another one by the weekend. And this is like Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, we're going to have trash and I'm going to have to deal with it. Like later that afternoon, boom, there's another trash can just sitting out there.
There's a guy that just has to be doing that, right?
Yeah, right.
Your job is to go drop these off.
Now the question is, do they go and look for the one that was in the thing, or do you think that's just in the landfill forever?
I think that's gone forever.
because I got
Nobody's
a new
seeing
one.
that
It's
trash
nice.
can
The other one had like a little crack in it. This one was all brand new.
Yeah, I have to imagine those things just go away.
Yeah.
They go, oh well.
Well, cost of doing business, I guess.
What they call that? Loss management or loss.
Yeah.
They assume some of that shit's going away.
Yeah. So when I moved into this house, and I may have told this already, there were 2 trash cans here already for Republic Trash, and then we got Republic Trash, so they brought me 2 new trash cans. So then I had 4 trash cans, and that was the bomb because they would pick them all up. They didn't give a shit. And then when we switched, I had to turn in the other trash cans, and I was very sad about
Yeah,
that.
because you can request it. Like if you're doing something, you can request that they drop an extra trash can at your house, or at least that in Ozark you can. Like if you're cleaning out your house, you're like, hey, I need an extra trash can this week.
Yeah, this one they're going to charge you. They charge you if
Do they?
Yeah, if you have extra pickup or want an extra can, they're going to charge you for it. But their service is cheaper. So.
Yeah, what is it, like $8 a month or something?
Yeah, but the problem is that sometimes I miss that recycling one because it's only every other week.
Ooh.
And so then you're like a month of recycling trying to cram that into one little trash can.
See, we're lucky. They come at like 11:30 at our place, so
If you
I
miss
have time to play.
Yeah. I got no. If you miss it, you're done. Just done.
And that sucks. I know, but I don't know about you, but in a week I get some trash going. So if you miss a week, it's a problem.
No, it is. We've had it a couple times where it's been like I've been out there like kind of stomping it down into the trash can. Like I hope it doesn't mix it all the way to the thing here. So
We have a Republic, and I was cleaning out the garage a while back a little bit, and so I just stuffed cans full as I could get, and then I threw stuff on top.
Yeah.
And then had a little bitty pile beside it, and so they came.
Oh, you know they hate your ass for that
they
shit.
They did. So I've seen other people do that.
Yeah, but then they got to get out of the truck and they got to pick that. The robot can't get that.
No,
this is
not
Bubby,
all of it.
Just Bubby being a dick.
And so I that day I came back in from work and noticed that they had picked it all up, but they had left a nice little note on my door. Said,
you do that again, we're going to murder you.
You are going to need to get another can if you're going to do that again.
See, Bubby, you got in trouble.
They don't want to get out.
Yeah.
I saw a video online once where the trash arm came down and it just hooked the wheel. And then it just whipped the trash can up and around. So like all the trash just went all over. And they slammed the thing down on the ground. And then it just drove away.
Just like, whatever.
Like, fuck you and your trash, buddy. I was like, you should have tipped that trash man. You pissed, dude.
Tip your service providers.
Right? Do you do that? Mailman?
I should.
I don't either.
I should.
Tipping's out of control.
Right? If I had to stand up to order, or if I go get my stuff and bring it to you, I'm not tipping you.
No. If I got to refill my own drink, there's no tip involved. Even if,
Not even a little.
Or if I got to just walk up to the counter and ask for a refill.
Yeah.
McAllister's.
Right. No tip for you.
No tip.
So what if you order online?
No tip.
No tip.
Go get it.
What are they doing?
I'm just asking.
Amanda, where are you on this one?
Just ask.
I don't think you want to know.
You're pro tip everyone?
That's fine.
I just tip everyone. I'm like, here's
That's fine.
$1, here's $5, here's $10.
I tip the online order like probably once out of 4 times.
Yeah.
But I don't do it every time.
No, there are certain
Now,
things that you
Grubhub and
did a
stuff,
thing.
you got to tip them some bitches or they ain't coming.
Yeah.
Like you don't tip a Grubhub, it's just going to sit at that freaking wherever.
Yep,
And
they
no
won't
one's
pick it
ever
up.
going to pick it up. So you got
nobody-
to
Leave it at the door. No doorbell. Not even let you know it's
No, they
there.
just won't pick
No,
up
they
the
don't.
order.
They won't go.
Oh, they
get
won't
it.
go get
They
it.
won't go to the store if there's no tip. They won't go to the place to
Really?
pick it up. They'll
They'll just see your order
decline. No, thank you.
and it'll just sit out there in the ether and go away.
Because I've been into like the Taco Bell up here the road from us, and there's been like 15 orders sitting on that freaking counter, and nobody's coming to get any of those orders because there's no tip on any of them.
A Taco Bell.
Right.
We've done it. It's the only right there too. The only one that I won't do is the McAllister's. I'll go get that myself. even though it's a shit show every time I go in there. Last time I went in there, they had a line from the counter to the door. If you've been in that one, you know how far away that is. One person working the register, one person delivering, like handing out the food, and like 2 guys in the back, and that was the sum total of what they spent.
That was it.
We went to freaking Chipotle because it's Monday.
Yep.
And they had like 9 people working in there. You all right over there?
I'm good. I was gonna sneeze.
Oh, I thought she was just gonna hide in her shirt for a while.
Just
Turtle.
I do enjoy doing that.
catching a
too, but
penis.
I was gonna sneeze.
Just looking to see what's down there.
Interesting.
Huh, still there.
Never done that.
Weird.
All these years.
I
never
always
done
wondered what was under there.
I have never looked. That's odd. All these years. Speaking of blankets, see these blankets behind Tyler?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're talking about Tyler and the zone of emptiness. Those
Portal.
blankets are for my wife's podcast.
Oh.
Because she doesn't like that this room is a little echoey because there's not a lot of treatment on the walls. Yeah. So they had a podcast last Wednesday, and they put chairs and things up and then like strewn the blankets
Does she
around.
think it's more echoey than downstairs?
Right. That's what I said. Like this.
Whatever.
But
To each their own potty.
yeah, to each their own potty. That's another. That's a
Drink.
Sure.
drink. That is
We're going
a.
to start saying that.
Yep, that's a Fish and Chips exclusive phrase there. You
It's
can use that.
not. I heard it from my good friend Jason. He said it on his podcast.
Oh, shout out to the podcast,
He's my,
Amanda.
and my best
Smartless
good friend.
Jason Bateman.
Oh, Jason, I hook, line, and sinker. I just
He
walked
doesn't
into
need
that.
he doesn't need to shut up.
Just
She was
Got
like,
him.
yeah, my friend Jason, and I was like, oh,
We pull that back.
we'll do a solid here, and we'll shout their podcast out.
no.
No.
Frickin' Jason Bateman. You know who doesn't need my help? Fucking Jason Bateman.
Bateman.
Or his sister.
Doing all right for himself.
Right. Isn't his sister?
Sister. I don't know. Who is it?
I thought his sister was
Justine
Bateman, yeah, from
she
Family
was famous
Ties.
first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You looked at me like that, and then I was like,
No,
am
I
I
was
wrong?
like, I don't know. No, I was like,
Did I get this wrong?
I didn't realize.
Thank you, Bubby.
You're welcome.
Just like I didn't. Okay. Side note.
Useless knowledge.
This entire podcast is a side note, just in case
Christian
you care.
And
McCaffrey,
useless
the
knowledge.
famous running back that plays for San Francisco, the big number one.
I'll buy that.
You remember Ed McCaffrey for the Broncos? I just found out that's his son. Stuff like that. Like, I'm like, oh.
Did you know that Travis Kelce has a brother who played football as well?
He has a podcast though, doesn't he? I thought he was a podcaster.
They
Oh, shout him out.
They need to shout us out.
You know, yeah, that's really, if we wanted to like push this over the edge, we just need one like Joe Rogan,
Just one.
or Kelsey's or Jason Bateman. If you're out there listening, just shout us out, please, because we could use some help here, getting some people listening to this podcast. I mean, I love doing this podcast, but we do not have the biggest audience in the world. But you know what? For everyone who listens, thank you for listening.
But bigger than other local podcasts that I know of.
Oh yeah, it's true. They only had like 30 people watching them.
Yep. And they're doing video, and they got $high microphones.
Right.
They ain't sounding look no better than us.
No, they ain't doing no better. We checked out their Facebook, this other podcast Facebook group. They had like 30 people in their Facebook.
I'll tell you who it is after this.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to make them
No
feel
shout
bad.
out.
Bubby, did you have a Justin
We don't wanna make it feel like a
Bateman
lesser
poster on your
podcast.
wall?
Oh, where are you?
You were just real quick to know about
Oh
that.
shit, Bubby just got the look.
Hi.
All right, Bubby, let's hear your Justin Bateman story.
No, I just watch Family Ties. She was
She,
one of my favorite.
yeah, got a little bit of crush on
he
her.
used to,
Yeah. From what I understand, she
Justine
did not
Bateman,
age well.
you know what I mean?
So I'm not sure.
I've not looked her up in forever. Mine was the competing one of the competing family shows. It would be Tracy Gold
Oh, yeah.
on shit. I wanted to say Family Matters, and that is 100%
No.
not correct. Help me out, Bubby.
Tracy Gold. I'm trying to remember.
That would have been God dang it,
The Seavers.
the Seavers.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
I don't remember what it's called.
I can picture it.
Everyone's just yelling at the podcast right now. You idiots. By the way, if you put in Tracy Morgan comes up first. Weird. Tracy Gold is an American actress. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Just help me. Growing pains. Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah.
I had it. I could picture.
I,
I
have
didn't
a
have it.
seizure
I
there.
could picture the whole cast. But,
Right?
Couldn't do it.
I was thinking of Leonardo DiCaprio was
Yeah.
on this thing. I had like everything, and I was like, I cannot remember the name. He R.I.P. Mr.
Yeah.
Seaver, by the way.
Their kitchen was like the ultimate, like late 80s, early 90s.
Oh,
yeah.
Mecca.
That one and
Big with like the
dome, like
the
glass.
dome glass.
and the kitchen from Who's the Boss was
Oh,
another
yeah.
one that I was
Oh,
always
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh,
Mona. Mona.
Anyway, dating ourselves hardcore.
No. If you want to talk about old like sitcoms, I am 100% in because I watched a shit ton of old sitcoms back in the day. Soap. Do you ever watch Soap?
No, that
Yes.
I did not. I know what you're talking
Bobby's
about.
with me on this one.
Yep.
But I know
That
what
one
you're
was
talking
real
about.
weird.
It was good though.
Yeah.
It was good weird.
Can I have an assignment for
Okay,
us.
do it.
I think it'll be fun.
I'm just killing time over here, so do
Okay,
whatever you want.
So we talked previously about certificates, and we should all find a certificate, something that we should do together, or
Okay.
certified, or
Yeah.
whatever.
yeah.
So I think, like next week, we should all find 2 things that we think that we
We
all
get-
could do, and we can just
To bring to the table.
yeah, and then we'll
Alright.
just figure out from
Then
there.
we'll take
We'll pick
we'll,
one.
We'll let our special guest
We'll let our special guest.
decide
Okay, that
which
sounds
one
good.
we're gonna get.
That's good.
That's real scary.
All right, so Tyler, will you put that in the?
Doing it right now.
And then
Thank you, because otherwise we are all going to forget that we just said
Yeah.
this. All right, so everyone needs to find 2 certificates or some sort of
like quick.
Certification.
certification,
Yeah.
some sort of a thing that we can all sign up for.
Yep.
And do together and then we'll post our little official certificates on the group.
Yeah.
So
That'd be great.
All right, I'm in. If you have any suggestions, it's too late because we already did it. But you can write into the podcast anyway. And if you got a good one,
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it.
Do you have any suggestions for any further certifications?
yeah, we'll go a second round on this.
And I'm not doing OSHA 500. Whatever. Don't you bring in OSHA 500. I'm not doing.
I'm going to need you to do QSIS level 2
Oh, shit. I ain't smart enough for that.
or Dante 3.
Maybe.
Just terrible certifications, just dry as a popcorn fart. Just so boring. Okay. So remember a while back I said I saw what I thought was a homeless man that turned out to be my mailman?
Yes.
Right.
I saw what I thought to be a mailman,
Yeah.
which turned out to be a homeless person.
Your perception's way off.
No,
on
this one was tricky. So going to work right here on the corner.
Yep.
Stopped at the stoplight, and coming down the road in the gray knee-length shorts, pulled up black socks, and button-up shirt, blonde-haired lady, and I'm like, oh, mailman. And then no, just high as a freaking kite, just tweaking her way down the road, arguing with the universe, picking up cigarette butts, was the mailman homeless person. So I saw a homeless mailman, and now I've seen a mailman who was homeless.
Oh, speaking of meth. So we're
Speaking of that,
yeah.
I'm getting
So
big into
we were
it,
camping
kids.
this weekend, like I was saying, right? And
I want to hear about this camping.
I don't know if you guys have ever been like tent camping or anything, but
Oh, yeah.
when you're tent camping,
Once.
it's very easy to get up early because things are happening.
The sun's coming
Yeah,
up, birds is
you're not
chirping.
100%
Darn
comfortable.
bird.
So we get up at like 5:15 in the morning. Lake, sun's coming up over the lake, gorgeous. Son has to go to the bathroom, so I'm taking him to the lake house, the little latrine thing.
Okay, so you got facilities.
Yeah,
nearby.
it's a campground.
Okay.
So we go walking over 5:30 in the morning. There are 2 meth head crack addicts that have been up all night long.
Okay.
My wife went to the bathroom like 3 a.m. They were there. It's 5 o'clock. They're still there. It is 5:30 in the morning, and they have just cracked open a 5th Fireball.
Hell
and are
yeah.
sitting over there. And I don't know if you've ever been to a campground, but you can tell there's about 3 levels of camper.
Yeah.
There's the people that got money, and you know who they are. They
Yeah.
got big truck, big campers,
big
all
camper.
the toys. You got the traditional campers who they have the
Tents.
tent and all the
You
accessories.
got the fire pit. Yeah.
And then you got the people
coolers.
that you're pretty sure live out of that thing. we were the third option on this.
not you and your family.
No,
but these people who
this
are cracking
RV
open
is
a fireball.
it's a full RV that's drivable.
Oh,
but
surprising.
it's jacked up. The hood's open.
Oh,
the
shit.
doors are open, and there's just shit falling out of this thing.
They've been here a while.
Yeah, they've been there a hot minute, and this isn't the campground like liaison that like goes around.
Yeah, I got
so 5:30 in the morning, been up all night long, just cracked open a fresh Fireball, dude. These people are knee deep in it.
Oh, I mean, what's the? I mean, obviously, you just at some point you just have to pass out when like it starts getting hot, right?
So yeah, I don't know what the rest of their day was. We were out of there. By
Like, what were they doing at 3 a.m. when your wife went by?
Just yammering, just up. They had their music going, the lights are on, and they were
But they're
just
not like
yammering.
they're not like outside of the porta potty there.
No,
they're
but their RV is right next to it. It's the first spot right.
convenient.
Next to it. Yeah, but yeah, they were up all night long, and then just started first thing.
Now, is this a plumbing facility
Yes.
or is this a composting facility?
Luckily this was plumbed.
Okay.
This is a Corps of Engineers.
You ever been to one of those ones, Bubby, that's got the composting toilets
You
in
can
there?
smell it no matter where you're at on the
I
property.
don't think I know what you're talking about.
No, if you go to like a state campground,
Yeah.
they will have like bathrooms built. But when you open the door to go in that bathroom, there is no running water in this bathroom. There is just a hole.
Oh, like a latrine.
Kind of like a latrine.
Usually
but
it's
little
a stainless
fancier.
steel
No.
tube.
Uh-huh.
But there's a seat cover on the
Yep.
toilet, and then you look down in there, and it's sadness.
No.
And there's always a big metal vent coming out of the top of that thing.
Yeah.
So when you go over the dam, not over the dam, when you go over by where the old power plant used to be, and they got the fishing to the left and to the right, if you
Yep.
look on either one of those are those kinds of toilets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Steer clear if you can help it.
One time I saw a dude take a prostitute in one of those.
Yeah, you did. Oh, this was down by Lake Springfield?
Yeah. We're driving down and I see him and this girl just go running into one of those freaking bathrooms. And I was like,
That's a bad plan.
and I don't know if she's like picking them up in this parking lot or they had driven to this parking lot from somewhere else, but either way around.
You got a place we can go that's a little more private? Oh, I got you. We're gonna run down to. Don't worry, I got you.
I got a place. It's real nice.
Gross.
Drink 100%.
100% gross.
Like I saw that shenanigans happen, and I really wanted to just like whip it down into there and like wait to see the aftermath of this.
Shining
But
your lights on it,
Yeah,
waiting for them to come out.
This was middle of the day. This was like
Not even at night.
4:30, 5 o'clock. You know, this was like sun's up, buns up. You know what I'm saying? We are we're doing a date Patty of the Daytime Hooker is what I'm saying.
Patty the daytime hooker.
For those of you who
That's the
enjoy-
best you got.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that those vents aren't for venting it out of the building. It's just so you know when you're within 3 or 4 miles of them,
You
so
can
you can
smell
stay
it
away.
coming.
So you can just stay clear.
Yeah. Every time we go like canoeing or someplace like that.
Because they have that chemical they put in it that like,
Yeah.
and then it just smells like crap and that chemical.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's blue liquid and poop.
Yeah.
That's for the smell you're getting there.
So anyway,
It's like going to the Ren Fair. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's like going to the Chiefs game, but you parked way out there.
yeah.
And they just set some out there in the sun to bake for a while you're in there watching the game. Bubby, you had another one here. Oh yeah, tell everybody about what you saw.
So
Playing-
this week was VBS at church,
So-
Vacation Bible School.
Bible School.
Yeah.
Very good. Yes.
Vacation Bible School, Bubby. You got to explain to those folks who don't know what Vacation Bible School is.
It's a week's long time where you send your kid to church and you
Free
have
daycare.
You have free time at home for a couple hours.
It's like summer camp for sad kids.
We do ours from 6 to 8 at night, so you got
6 a.m.
6 p.m. to 8
Oh, it's
a.m.
only 2 hours.
to 8 p.m. Yeah.
Because a lot of these are like all day things.
Yeah, ours is our kids
they're
are doing it
always
this week, and they're
half day where I
9.
came
One's
from.
9 to noon, one's 9 to 3, which my wife's like,
I've never seen that.
Bubby's like, not at my place. They ain't. I'm going 2 hours is most
2
I'm
hours
dealing with
is
these damn
it.
kids.
yeah.
And so
What was the theme this year? Every year there's a theme, right? Because this one company sells every freaking church the same thing.
this was pool theme.
Oh,
So
cool.
make a splash for Jesus.
Make a splash for Jesus. All right.
Making a splash for Jesus.
Right. And so we had activity time.
Just making 0 splashes for Jesus.
we had snack time. We had Bible study in classrooms and
Yeah.
stuff, and it was fun.
My kids love it.
So we had this
Never once been.
Really?
Yeah, never. That was not a thing growing up.
2 of my grandparents were pastors, so there was.
I went to 4-H camp instead.
There you go. That checks out.
Amanda, you ever go to camp?
Camp.
I
worked
As
at
a
a
kid.
camp.
vacation
You worked
Bible
at camp,
school.
but you ever go to camp like as a kid?
I think I went to a camp for like a week,
Okay.
like sleepaway camp.
Sleepaway
yeah.
camp, day camp, whatever kind of camp.
Oh, I think I went to a theater camp because it was free babysitting,
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
and I also did, I think, a vacation Bible school.
Okay. We did 4-H
We
camp.
made a puppet out of a gardening glove.
Oh,
Yeah, you did.
What was your puppet's name?
It had I think it
scared
had
about this.
Jesus
Oh,
and some fishes.
oh.
There you go.
Don't remember the
And
story.
on the other hand,
but
all bread.
All
that's the smacking hand.
That's the smacking hand. My Jesus fish hand is my smacking hand.
Wow.
Okay, so Bubby.
Anyway.
Some places also do a backyard Bible club like during the summer and
This sounds sketchy. Wait a minute.
Backyard Bible club, like
yeah,
in
somebody's
my
house.
backyard.
Yeah, backyard in the neighborhood. Kids would come.
Real
You sure you're not talking about Fight Club?
No, we don't talk about.
Did they learn about
We don't-
Jesus?
Look at him. Look at him playing right along. There.
Right? Perfect.
Bubby knows.
Bubby knows. Perfect.
Anyway, so we had a time of recreation, and so they would do it in the gym some
No, that's
nights.
not a camp. You can't do that, Bubby.
And sometimes they'd go outside and play. So I put a picture on our Slack of.
I don't think I can post this picture, by the way.
Why not?
I might be able to blur out.
Yeah,
his face.
just yeah.
I mean,
You don't have
it's pretty-
permission.
No, it's pretty good though.
but
It
I'm
is
not-
pretty good.
I'm
I'll
not-
blur out his face.
I'm not naming names though.
It's
So
still the picture.
nobody knows.
It's still a picture of this kid, but I'll blur out the face. It'll be
All right.
fine.
All right, so I put a picture on, and it's the kid with the most sweetest mullet.
Dude, that thing is epic.
No, this is a full on. It's almost a bowl cut
Yeah.
in the front.
It's a statement, that's for sure.
It's a statement.
And that kid is old enough that their parents didn't like do
It's a
that for them.
party
That was a
in the
request.
back.
That's something
That's
that
all I
kid
know.
It's not a party, Bubby. That is Burning Man in the back. Okay, that is a 6-day festival.
That is.
I mean, this is mid shoulder blade mullet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are almost full bowl cut going around the front side of it.
There has been some concerted effort put
yeah,
into this.
yeah. No, this was not just a sudden choice.
No, we didn't have this and then cut it.
No,
we
no.
have been grooming this for
Yeah.
months.
The only thing I can hope for is underneath that sweet waterfall is a rat tail.
It's a rat tail.
I can't,
Oh, dude.
I can't deny or confirm that.
We saw a kid somewhere with that. I've seen a bunch, like here recently, like,
The rat tail?
no.
Oh,
full on mullets.
really?
Like,
You don't see rat tails.
no. I wish somebody would bring it back. I thought about it when I cut my hair. I really did, but I was like, she'll murder me if I do that shit.
So back in the day, when I first started growing a beard, right?
Yeah.
It was real long.
You went with the front rat
Oh,
tail.
But one day I was going to trim it all off, right, and go back down to fresh. So I go in and I do the Texas, right, all the way down the chin,
Okay.
long as it can be.
Just
I walk
mustache.
in thinking it's going to be. My wife's thinking this is going to be funny. She goes, "Shave it," and that's all the reaction I got. And I was like, "Oh, that's not really what I was." Okay, I'll be right back. Just tail between my legs, back in there. I
Yeah,
was like, "That's not as funny as I
Scott,
would."
who we work with, had long hair, kind of like I did, and he cut his off for his wife's birthday, but he went full mullet for a little bit there.
Not before he went perm.
Oh, he went perm, then full mullet, and then got it cut to a normal haircut.
Yeah.
Because you got you got the hair, you might as well do something fun with it.
Someone walked. It was Lauren who walked by with him, and she's like, "What? You're not going to say shit about his hair?" I was like, "You do you, baby." I was like, "Whatever."
Right?
She just wanted me to rail him hard. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
This was not like
Right.
He's not serious about this.
I can't say anything bad about hair because I don't have any. So
I'm on the way. So.
I'm good. Amanda's got the most hair, of anybody.
Right? She could loan
She
some
could
out.
be a hair donor over there.
I'm jelly.
Jelly. Bubby. You know what I would like to see? Bubby with Amanda's haircut.
Dude,
You'd
I
be
can make that
awesome.
happen.
He would die of like heat exhaustion
Oh,
so
possibly
fast.
so. It's so hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long.
I'm gonna have somebody Photoshop that.
Okay. We're going to go on Fiverr and get somebody to pay for that on there. Fiverr, right? I have some podcast news here, which I will get to in just a minute.
Yeah.
We went to, fairgrounds.
Yep.
They built that new building out the fairgrounds, right?
Yeah.
So they tore down the old
The arena.
arena and they built like a big flat floored
It's like a multi-purpose. Right.
That's what I was going with. Multi-purpose building out there.
Is that where they have all the cuts?
Lilu, have you seen that movie?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Okay.
I've watched it.
What
by the
movie?
way.
I didn't hear.
Multipass. Lilu Dallas Multipass.
That's
The
Fifth Element, right?
Fifth Element, which I on that TV right over there, I'm about halfway through rewatching for the
a
I'm
good
going to
one.
say millionth time.
Yeah. I used to Mia Jovovich when that came out.
Oh,
Anyway,
Multipass.
multi-pass.
Okay, so we go out to the fairgrounds because they're going to have a food truck event.
Oh hell yeah!
So I'm going to go out with my wife.
Is that the one where they preview all the food for the
No,
fair?
this is just that one you buy a ticket for, and then
okay.
you get like little snacks at each like fair food place. This one is just all the food trucks showed up, and they open it up, and they got some dude selling like pre-made food trucks, like, but they're not like they don't have like a stove or anything. They're just like a trailer that can be a food truck. So he's got these all set up, and then they got, I don't know, probably 20 food trucks out there. It is 6,000 degrees out there. Okay. Just hot as it could ever be. And all the food truck is like pizza or everything's heavy, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm walking up and down. Everybody's there. The whole family's there. They're all getting food. So I get some chips and salsa from this one truck. Like a pineapple salsa. I'm like, oh, I'll try that. And then I got this other food truck I stop at, and it's Mexican Asian fusion food truck. Okay. I get the sweet and sour chicken burrito. Okay. So you're like, that could be all right, right?
Yeah.
Could be. It's not. Could be. It's just sweet and it's rice and the fried chicken, the little fried chicken balls in a burrito that they just then cover with that bright red sweet and sour sauce.
So the only thing that fuses Asian with Mexican is the
burrito
tortilla itself.
Yeah, the tortilla in the middle of this experience. So I ate about a third of that, and I'm like, I'm good, thanks. And we go and sit in the multi-purpose room. Like I said, it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, right? And they have all these big ass fans. That's the brand.
Literally,
brand name, big ass fans, up in this place to keep air circulating and stuff, right? They haven't turned any of those fucking fans on. Not a one of those fans is running. It's so hot in that building, so hot. And they got the fair food stand inside. Okay, so it's funnel cakes and corn dogs and all that stuff.
All more heavy, just
but my wife's like, I'm gonna go get a funnel cake, and the big words on this thing is funnel cake.
Yeah,
she walks her over there. She's gone for like 10 minutes. She comes back with 2 smoothies, one alcoholic, one not alcoholic for me. I go, where's the funnel cake? She goes, they ain't got no funnel cake. I was like, what about a corn dog? They ain't got no corn dogs. I was like, what's the point of that stain? She goes, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
They were just over there. But she found booze while she was over there, so she comes back toting that.
Oh, squirrel.
So I got a smoothie in me. I got this chips and salsa. I got this other thing. And then they buy like elephant ears and drag those over the table. And it's, like I said, 7,000 degrees in there. And I am like, I'm not feeling good at this point.
What are elephant ears?
It's like a funnel cake, but they're flat and it's like a full. There's not the webbing and it's the same thing. It's just a different shape,
consistency,
but it tastes the same.
It's kind of like a giant hunk of bread funnel cake instead of running the dough through a funnel and like swirling it around. You get the elephant ear.
Okay.
But they were like littler elephant ears, and there's like a sampler pack, like 7 different flavors, but they were all sticky as hell, and I didn't want any of that. I was like, I'm good, thanks. So. Anyway, so they're doing God's work out there at the thing. My wife got some pizza that wasn't that great, and food trucks, right? I have exciting news. We have a new sponsor.
Yay!
Not a sponsor, but a new Patreon subscriber. Someone has signed up for the $3 tier, and I'd like to shout them out. It is my mother-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Shouts out to KK.
Thanks, KK.
Yeah, thanks, KK.
So I can make a very inappropriate bracelet for her.
That is correct. Yeah. Also, we got to figure out who's drawing the picture for KK.
Okay.
But KK has signed up to be a sponsor as well as Carol and Anthony. Oh, and I have some Carol stuff here I got to hit real quick.
We can try to get Parker to draw something. He's home doing nothing for summer.
Yeah, he needs to draw us a picture for KK.
I'll try.
KK, it'll be really pretty.
Yeah, it'll be a pretty picture.
It'll be pretty.
And you get a bracelet.
The bracelet will be pretty.
Yeah.
It might just say not pretty thing.
It's just nice.
That'll be fine. You'll be all right.
It's be beautifully ugly.
But shouting out my wife and Anthony and Carol and Ed and now KK. Awesome. Thank you for sponsoring the podcast. If you'd like to help out the podcast, you can check us out on Patreon. It's all Fish and Chips at Patreon. Carol's on a fire today and sent me a ton of things.
What's she on about?
She sent me a ton of pictures that she's taken. The first one, and we're just going to hit these kind of rapid fire, is this Pilot, Honda Pilot.
Yep.
On the back of it is a sticker on the back window that says, "Only gay cops pull me over."
Yeah.
So that's smart thinking right there, right?
Right.
Until you hit that gay cop. And then he's for sure just going to pull you over.
Yeah.
Right? He goes, yeah, I did it.
Hey. You were speeding.
You're speeding. You're going to get a ticket. Happy Pride
No,
Month.
I'm just kidding, but here's your ticket.
Yeah, just kidding. Here's your ticket. Happy Pride Month. All right, so the second one, we've got a Volkswagen. It's a Tiguan.
Yep.
Tiguan.
Tiguan.
And it's got a bunch of bumper stickers in it. At first, I didn't know what was happening here. So we got dogs. We got Rescue Mom. There's a Bob Ross on here.
So she's telling you all the things that she's about on the back of her car.
Right, right.
Literally covering everything.
But right in the bottom, this one's hard to say too. The bottom left-hand corner is a bright pink bumper sticker that says Big Booty Boulevard.
I like that.
Right?
It's fun.
Big Booty Boulevard right there. And I want to move onto a Big Booty. So what's your address? Oh, it's 4728 Big Booty Boulevard. It's hard to say that.
Fantastic.
Try saying it 3 times.
Big Booty Boulevard.
Big Booty Boulevard. Big Booty Boulevard. Big Booty Boulevard.
I think it's hard for you.
Maybe it's just hard for me.
I have a neighbor
okay.
that can't say cinnamon.
Boiling oil. Can you say boiling oil?
Boiling oil. Yeah.
Boiling
words
oil.
aren't.
Berlin oil. Berlin oil.
So speaking of bumper stickers,
Uh-huh.
I got when I had the shaggin' wagon.
Okay.
I love a wagon.
Let's just back up in here to say that Tyler used to own a full-on 1980s station wagon.
It was the
Yeah,
best.
they had the
I
jump
loved
seat
it.
that you would open up and it would look out the rear.
Yeah,
It was
so
awesome.
dangerous.
So I got pulled over a couple
paneling?
times. No, this one wasn't wood paneling. It was all red. Like
Okay, and the headliner on it, the cloth headliner,
yeah.
was 100% falling down on you as you tried to drive.
so there was a gap, like a 1.5 gap between the ceiling
and
where
you would
the
take like
headliner
little
hung.
pins and try to like pin it up, but that wasn't really doing anything.
So I got pulled over a couple times, and I always got a warning. And I was never doing anything. It was speeding or taking this and that. And then it dawned on me that this vehicle used to belong to my grandpa, and on the back of it was St. John's and Clock's clergy stickers.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, I bet you that's what it was.
They're thinking that you're there.
Yeah,
You're
100%.
some sort of clergy just on your way to a
17
emergency
years old.
funeral, emergency
But
bris.
I don't know if that was true or not, but I have to imagine that played something like,
Yeah. All right. Here's a warning for you, buddy.
Yeah.
But God's watching you, so be
Right.
careful out there.
it's watching. So, anyway.
And then the final one I got from Carol today. This is a couple. They are standing in line at what appears to be like a CVS or Rite Aid, something along those lines, and they are wearing matching shirts. And we'll post this to the Facebook group for sure. And it says, their shirts say, both of them say on the back of it, "Together in Tandem," with a tandem bike underneath it with 2 fish driving the tandem bike. Aww. To which Peter, Carol's husband, immediately says, "We should get a tandem bike." And I told Carol, first of all, she sent me then, what is the meaning of the phrase, "A woman without a man is like a fish without a bicycle"? And I was like, well, all right, I got you there. A woman is capable of living a complete and independent life without a man.
Yeah.
Fish don't need a bicycle. And I was like, you do know that if you get that tandem bike, you are going to be the only one pedaling
Yes.
that bike, right? And then she reminded me that
all
she
her.
had bought a bike when she was living in Branson back when they were doing the magic show down here. And they were living at Indian Point, and she thought she was going to ride that bike from Indian Point to work.
Up
And-
that hill from Eagle's Nest.
Right. That straight up hill.
Just
And that reminded me of my wife's bike. I've told that story about my wife buying a bike, haven't
Yeah.
I?
Yes.
It's got a basket.
it's a single gear fix. You're gonna love that.
Fixed gear.
It's real pretty.
It's real pretty. It's
So-
it's out in that shed back there still with
So the
2
funny
flat
thing
tires.
is we bought kids bikes. I don't know, a month or so ago, and my wife was like, "We should get."
I gave you
bikes."
a bike, Tyler.
Right, I have it. And she's like, "Well, I want that one." And I told her that story. I was like, "You do not want that bike." She goes, "No, but it's pretty." I'm like, "Okay, you buy whatever bike you want."
Did she do it?
Not yet.
Okay.
I tried to tell her. I was like, "They make those that are switchable.
Yeah.
Don't get the fixed gear."
You want a multi-gear bike there. You do not want a fixed gear bike. As a kid who had a fixed gear bike
Yeah.
back in the day,
Yeah. So
you're going to be doing a lot of pedaling and a lot of pushing bikes up hills.
yeah. When she said that, I was like, "Oh, I know the answer to this. Don't do that."
I'll give her that one in the garage if she wants it. It's just need
And
to
that's
fill-
okay when you're younger, but
Right.
when you're
Or if you have
older,
a BMX bike or something, but like,
Yeah, no, this is a big, heavy bike with a basket on the front. It's got a basket.
real cute.
to have
And it's
a-
also too tall for her. So she can't actually like get on the bike and keep her feet flat on the ground. She has to tiptoe it and then just like hop on the seat and start pedaling.
Too tall.
does it have the big fat tires? Because now they have them with the big,
It's not the
huge
big giant-
tires.
The
It's
white
not-
walls, though.
No, it does have the white walls, yes.
Yeah, they're good looking bikes.
Yeah, it's a good looking bike, but it's not fun to ride. All right, folks, I think we're going to wrap this one up at that point. Shouts out we gave to all of our Patreon friends of the podcast. If you'd like to be a Patreon friend of the podcast or a sponsor of the podcast, $20 tier, we'll read your ad 4 times for that $20. It's a great deal. If you'd like to write us, you can write us at our email. It's allfishandchips@gmail.com. Check us out on our website. It's allfishandchips.com. I'm going to be updating the website here in the near future with biographies for every member of the cast and hopefully some for some of our guest members of the cast as well.
Fun.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, well, I think it's fairly easy. I think it's fairly easy to do on the Podbean.
More homework.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. It's not not for anybody else. It's mostly for me just because we have the one page and I kind of want to have more than one page on our website. So
I'm in.
I'm going to put a little bit of effort into this. Check us out on our Facebook group. That's where all the pictures and shenanigans get posted.
That's where the magic happens.
That's where the magic happens. Join our Facebook group. We've got about 103 members, but we'd love to have some more folks on there. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell strangers on the street to check us out.
Tell people you don't like.
No, that's what I said. Tell your enemies, Bubby.
Frenemies.
Frenemies. Your part-time lovers, your affair partners, whatever you got.
Patty, the daytime hooker, get her.
If you see Patty out there just doing a good job, let her know about the podcast. She can listen to it while she's standing out there on the street corner. Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and all that shenanigans. MySpace, and I got a GeoCities page. That all can kick rocks. We're not doing any of that stuff. YouTube, we've got the latest episode up every week. It's just a copy of the audio podcast. It's not a video one yet. Maybe one day we'll get into that, but that costs money, and here we are. So, having said all of that, thank you for listening to the podcast, first of all. And my name is Thor.
Bubby.
Amanda.
And Tyler.
And remember, folks, no matter what you got going on in your life, it's all fish and chips.
If I say hi instead of my name, does it start everything over again?
Kind of. Yes. It's a restart.
I almost did.
We got to do another full hour.
Yep. Coming back around at it.
Yeah, roll the dice, take your chances over there. All right.
It was my turn, and I was like, Amanda.